Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm sorry if you can hear Salem snoring. Of course now he stopped. I'll have to insert a picture of him. He was laying so weird on this little mat back here, my little rug. And I posted it on my Insta stories. He was like laying with his arms all tucked up. It looked like he had no front arms. But anyway, welcome back. If you are new, welcome to my channel. Today, this is going to be a collaboration haul with one of my really good friends, April, and her channel is called WannaMakeup. So if you are coming over from April's channel, welcome, or maybe if you just stumbled on this video, welcome to my channel. This is a special haul video because April and I met up recently. We both live in Kentucky. We planned on doing the shopping trip together and we had such an awesome time. I laughed so much and we just got caught up on each other's lives. We went to so many different places, so I have a lot of stuff to talk about, and I was teasing April and I told her that I needed to label this. April made me buy it because there were several different things I was kind of on the fence on, and she was like, oh, just get it, or she like recommended some stuff to me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into this haul. The first place that we went after we had dinner, and we had dinner at this Cuban restaurant that's here locally. I don't know if they have it in other states or not. I feel like it's just a local restaurant, but you guys will have to let me know. But it's called Havana Rumbas, and they do authentic Cuban food there, and I love their food so much. I swear, if I lived closer to that restaurant, I would go there all the time. Josh and I would go there. So, but anyway, we went there first, and then after that we went to Ulta. That was like the main place we were gonna go to because Ulta is kind of closer to her than it is me, and I don't get out there a whole lot, which we are getting a Ulta even closer to where I live in our mall, and it's gonna be a really big Ulta, so I'm so excited about that. Maybe once it opens, maybe I can do like a vlog video and go in there and show you guys that for the first time. I'm so excited about that Ulta. But anyway, we went to Ulta first, and the first thing that I was like on the hunt to find there was the new Emily and the collab with Makeup Revolution, the Once palette. I think that's the one. I was looking for that palette at Ulta and I could not find it there. They didn't have the display. And then later on, April sent me a snap and showed me that they did have the display, of course, after we went. But I was looking through the Makeup Revolution stuff and I picked up two eyeshadow palettes because I could not, let me set this stuff down, because I could not figure out which one to get. I just decided to get both. So the first palette that I swatched and fell in love with my swatches was the Rose Gold Chocolate Bar palette. And first off, I love the packaging on this. I mean, I know they're supposed to be doing a knockoff of the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, but I do like how it looks like melting chocolate, and I love rose gold, so I love the design of the outside of the package. And then the shadows on the inside. It has a really big mirror, but I love the shadows in here. I'm gonna try to cover up the mirror so I don't blind you guys. These are just like my favorite colors for fall, or just like, I don't know, I just love warm toned eyeshadows, and the metallic or shimmer colors in this palette swatched so pretty. This is what I have on my eyes today, and I'm gonna be posting a get ready with me soon using some of this new makeup today. But I love this palette. I used it for the first time today, so I can't really say too much about every single shade in this palette, but I used this color and these two colors, and I loved all three of those. I think it created a really beautiful, wearable, but at the same time, like a pop of color with the green, and I love, love, love this green color. Like, they just feel so buttery and so pigmented. I didn't have too many issues with fallout, but I love, love, love these colors, and I cannot wait to use some of these other ones. So I feel like I've had some of you guys recommend this palette to me before, and I can totally understand why so many people love Makeup Revolution eyeshadow, because after this palette, I fell in love. The next Makeup Revolution palette, and this is the other one that I was on the fence about, is, I don't know, these are the Reloaded, and I guess this is Vitality palette. And this reminded me of the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. the colors in here, and I really liked how this one had a lot of matte shades, since that one had some really pretty shimmers. And these, once again, are the type of eyeshadows that I gravitate towards during the fall and winter months. But I've only used a few of the shades in here, just this one and that one over here, but I really liked those. This is a really beautiful transition shade. Like, it's not too warm toned, it's not too cool toned. And I do believe this palette was only $7 or $8, which I feel like is an awesome deal. The rose gold palette was $15, so it is more expensive. I didn't really know what else to get for Makeup Revolution. They had some really pretty highlight palettes, which I was so tempted to get at least one of those, but I ended up talking myself out of that. So you guys will have to let me know what you love from Makeup Revolution down in the comments. But then I just got sucked into NYX and a bunch of lip products. And I didn't really know exactly what to get. I'll try to get all my NYX stuff that I ended up getting. But they had a display with some new lip products with their lip lingerie, like lip glosses. And this was one of the glitter ones. And this is in Butter. And they also had this in a non-glitter, like they had it in glitter and then just like a regular gloss without glitter, which I totally wish I would have gotten the one without the glitter. I might be taking this back. I love the color of this and I like the shine on it with the glitter, but my issue with this is once it wears off, it just leaves a bunch of little glitters all over your lips, and I cannot stand that in a lip product. That just really bothers me. So I might be taking this back. I was kind of disappointed in that. And then this other color, this is one of their slip teas from NYX, and this is in the color Decadent or Decadence. And I thought that this was going to be just like right up my alley, like a really pretty just mauve. But the issue that I have with this is I don't really care for the tone of this. It's more of like a tawny mauve than a cool toned mauve, which I usually go for cool toned mauves because sometimes tawny mauves can just look too orange on my skin tone. And I think what happened, because if you look at the package here, it doesn't necessarily look the same as what I swatched. It's like this plastic has like a cool blue tone sort of to it, so I feel like it kind of altered the color of the gloss. So I do like the formula of this. It's very opaque and it felt really nice on the lips, but I don't like this shade, so I might just be taking this back and get a different shade. And then the other two NYX products that I picked up, I saw this mascara and it's called Worth the Hype, and this is supposed to be a volumizing and lengthening mascara, which that is what I look for in a mascara. So I just decided to pick this up. I don't think I've tried out any NYX mascaras before, so I wanted to give this a shot, and I'm so glad that I picked this up. I was so surprised at the brush on this whenever I opened it. Like, the brush is pretty big. It's a natural bristle brush, which is usually the brushes that I really like in a mascara. And I used this for the first time today, and I loved the way that it made my lashes look. It's a really great buildable mascara, just like the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black or the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. It kind of reminds me of that type of formula where you can just do a really light coat of it and it looks really natural, or you can go in with like 3 or 4 coats of it to really build it up to give it a lot of volume. So I feel like this mascara would work for a lot of different people, because I feel like that's the thing. A lot of times, you know, certain people don't like certain mascaras because they almost look clumpy, and then the people that like the clumpy mascaras don't like the ones that look super natural. But I feel like this is the best of both worlds. So since this is the first time that I'm wearing this mascara, I'll have to definitely use it more and let you guys know what I think about it. But it's been a long time since I have fell in love with the mascara on first use. So really liked that. And then the last NYX thing that I picked up is one of their glitter goals, liquid eyeshadow. And I picked up the color Multiverse. And I have not used this on my eyes yet, so I don't really know how this is going to perform, but swatched, it It looks so pretty, and it looks like the type of eyeshadow that I would go for. It's a really pretty bronze, and I thought this might be a really pretty color to use like during the holidays with the glitter. So I will keep you guys posted on this to let you know what I think about it. And then I totally forgot, when we first got to Ulta, they had a section that had like a bunch of things that were on sale. And you guys know how much I love the Color Riche eyeshadow single from L'Oreal, and I was wanting to get some other colors, and they had this up in their clearance section, and they had it marked down to $5.99, and then I think it was like an extra 70 or 75% off. And so I picked up the color Acromat because I know a couple of you guys told me that you really liked this color. I haven't even opened this yet to even swatch it, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and swatch it. But it's a really pretty like warm chestnut color. Wow, yeah, that is really pigmented, really pretty. So I'll definitely have to use this. I mean, if it's just like my other one, I'll love this, which the formula does feel really creamy. And then I was looking at some of the Essence products because the only place that carries Essence around me is at Meijer, and a lot of the times at that Meijer in particular, it is very picked over, and it's like they do not stock the Essence products, so I never can find anything there. So I was looking at Essence at Ulta, and you guys know how much I love my Pure Nude highlight, the one that's just the natural finish, and I saw the Pure Nude Space Highlighter and the Cosmo Lighter. And the Space Highlighter, or the Space Lighter, I guess it's not highlighter, it's Space Lighter, is a white highlight with a pink shift to it. And it is really pretty. It kind of reminds me of the the Becca highlight in Prismatic Amethyst. I want to compare this to that highlight to see if it's a dupe to that. Yeah, I mean, it is very, very similar to that highlight. I mean, the Becca one might be a little more like a little more intense or something than the Essence one, but if you are looking for a dupe to that, I definitely feel like this Essence highlight would be a good dupe to the Becca Prismatic Amethyst. So pretty. And then with the Cosmo highlighter, this is a green. It kind of has like a green shift to it. It's a white highlight with a green shift, which I feel like my swatch was really bad. But I feel like that both of these would be so stunning on somebody with a really deep skin tone. I feel like those would be so pretty. I mean, they look good on fair skin tones as well. Like I'm wearing the green one today, mixed with another highlight that I picked up. And I'll share that with you guys here in a minute. But I love both of these. So if you're looking for colored highlights that are wearable, these would be totally up your alley, and they're really affordable. And then I picked up another Essence Make Me Brow. I've been talking about this forever, saying that I needed to pick up the lighter one because I have the darker one because I used to have dark brown hair, and then I dyed it blonde or got highlights or whatever. So I picked up the Soft Brownie Brows, which they might have one that's lighter than this, but I have used this once and it does match me good. And then the last Essence product that I picked up, and this was on recommendation from April. This is their Shine 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 Wet Look Gloss. And unfortunately, I do not remember the color of this because it's already rubbed off. I would say that is one bad thing about Essence, like at least their lip gloss packaging. Like I'm sure in a couple more weeks, like all the writing will be rubbed off of this and everything else. But this is like their taupe mauve color, which I really like, and I love the formula of this gloss. It feels so moisturizing and nice on your lips. It doesn't feel too sticky. It is super glossy, like so glossy on the lips. And she was raving about the one that's in transparent, and they were sold out of that, or they just didn't carry it. And she was like, I hope they're not discontinuing that, because she was raving about it, and she had that one in her car, and I used it and I did really like that as well. So if you can get your hands on the transparent gloss, I do recommend that. But this one is also really pretty. It looks pretty by itself or topped like as a lipstick lipstick topper or with like lip liners. It looks really good, so I picked that up. And then the last two things, no, I take that back. I had gotten 3 more things at Ulta. So I saw a display with these new Maybelline Plumper Please. It's a shaping lip duo, which one side has a liner and the other side has a plumping gloss. And I do believe that this is in the shade 200 Tease. And I thought about taking this back because the liner part is way too light for me. Like, it looks like concealer lips. But I do really like the plumping gloss on this, and this is why I think I might end up keeping it. It is very pigmented, and even though it is a lighter color, it looks pretty over top of lipsticks that you want to lighten a little bit. And this thing is super plumping. Like, it has a really strong tingle to it, so if you're very sensitive to that, I would say skip on these. They also had one that was like a dark berry that I almost got, but I just ended up getting this one because I felt like I was already getting enough like lip glosses as it was. So, and then I picked up the Color Shine lipstick from L'Oreal in Varnished Rosewood because so many of you guys were telling me in my must-have L'Oreal makeup products video that I needed to pick this up. You guys recommended this to me, and I'm so glad I did because it is such a beautiful wearable pink mauve. This is the type of mauve that I go for, right up my alley. So yeah, I've been loving this, and the formula of these L'Oreal Color Shines just feels so moisturizing, and it reminds me of, if you guys remember these, if you're like OG, like old school, the Revlon lip butters. That's what this reminds me of. And then the last thing that I picked up at Ulta was the Tarte Shape Tape. And I was debating on getting this or not, but April pushed me to get it. This is her Holy Grail Concealer. And I have ordered the Tarte Shape Tape before from Ulta.com, but the shade that I got was not the right shade. It was too light. I had Fair Light Neutral, and she recommended that I get light, and it matches me perfectly. I'm wearing that concealer today, and I'm in love with this. This is so much better than the new Too Faced Multi-Use Concealer. So if you've been on the fence about getting that one or this one, get this one, because I find with the Too Faced one, it's a little too drying, even though the coverage is the same on both. So the Too Faced one tends to make my under eyes look really dried out and wrinkly, where this one just, it doesn't do that. It looks hydrated, and it covers dark under eye circles. It doesn't settle in fine lines, and I don't even have to set it with the setting powder. So do highly recommend that. Okay, so we spent obviously a hot minute in Ulta because I picked up so many things, and I was trying to like narrow out the things that I picked because I actually had a lot more lip products than what I showed you guys, but I had to narrow it down. So once we left Ulta, we went to TJ Maxx. She was like, she had been wanting to go there all week, but she had been waiting so we could go together. So whenever we went to TJ Maxx, I was like, oh, I don't need to get very much because I've got so much at Ulta. And so I was looking around, but they had these really pretty Real Techniques brushes, and these were like their limited edition Brush Crush. They came in this packaging, which is so pretty. Like, they were $5.99 each at TJ Maxx, and they were normally priced $8 a piece. So I felt like that was a really good deal, and I used these brushes today in my Get Ready With Me, so they're kind of dirty. I was telling you guys in that Get Ready With Me, it's like I don't even want to use these because they're so pretty. It's like you don't want to get them dirty. But this is the foundation brush, and I do really like this so far, using it as like to use it for my setting powder. I haven't used it as a foundation brush yet. I'm not real big on using brushes for my foundation, but I love the handles on these. Like, they're so sparkly. They're definitely like unicorn type brushes. And then this one is the powder brush, I guess. But I've been loving this for bronzing. It works really good. It kind of reminds me of my Morphe R2 brush. It's just that this one isn't quite as dense as that brush, but I've been loving both of these. So if you can get your hands on these, I do recommend them. And then we were looking over at the makeup section, and April saw this Kat Von D Metal Crush eyeshadow, and I really wasn't gonna get it, but she said that this was such a beautiful highlight and it was on such a good deal. She was like, you have to get this. And this is in the color Thunderstruck, which on it is just like a white with a gold shift to it. So it is really pretty as a highlight. I used it today mixed with the Essence Pure Nude highlight, the green one. So it has a really pretty gold, like, I guess kind of orange shift to it, which I thought it was more golden, but it actually has like a orange shift to it, which is really pretty. So this was $6.99 and it's normally priced $14. So that was a really great deal on that. And then I always, anytime I'm at TJ Maxx, I always pick up a new Batiste Dry Shampoo because they're just, like, the price on them is so good, and to me there's nothing different than what they sell in the stores. Usually there's just like a dent or something in the packaging, like this has a dent up here. But I picked up another one of the Batiste, and this is the Sassy Endearing Wild, which I've never used this one before, and this is their larger can, the 13.46 fluid ounces or 240 grams. But yeah, I used this for the first time today, and the scent on this is different. It reminds me of, like, I don't know if you guys remember those hair color sprays that you get at Halloween. Like, the way that this smells, it reminds me of those colored hairspray things. So, I don't know. I can't decide if I like the way this smells or not. Like, I kind of like it because it reminds me of that. But I like the packaging on this. I think it's super cute. And then we were looking at the home goods stuff because it was a TJ Maxx home goods, and we saw these cute coffee mugs that were like pumpkin spice themed, and I fell in love with this one. It says pumpkin spice makes everything nice, and I just love the writing and the saying, and I liked how on the inside it was orange, so I picked that up. And then I saw this little ladle that says you're perfect. And you guys know I'm obsessed with cats, and I needed one of these, so I picked that up. And then whenever we went through checkout, I picked up one of the makeup remover wipes, and I woke up like this. April recommended this to me to get for like removing swatches. So this was like, I don't know, I don't remember how much it was because it doesn't have the price, but it was pretty cheap, and I'm always getting makeup remover wipes for that. So that was all the stuff that I got at TJ Maxx, and then we decided to head on over to Target before they closed. And the first thing that we saw at Target was a display that had a bunch of the Pro Fusion makeup. And I think, like, April was telling me about this brand before we even went to Target, and I was like, I don't think I've ever heard of that brand before. But once we got to Target, I think I remember taking a picture of this brand once on Snapchat and asking you all if you had used anything from this brand, which I don't know if any of you guys told me you did or not, because it's been a while back since I did that post. But they had several different eyeshadow palettes. I don't even know what this one is called because it doesn't really have a name on the back, but it's the one that has like the pink and like purple kind of shades in it, obviously. But they had another one that had like really pretty greens and like golds and browns, and I almost got that one, but I thought that this was kind of different and looked really pretty for fall, so I picked this up. And I love like the holographic like colors around there, which I've only used this once. Now I did kind of feel like it had fallout, but I created a really pretty eyeshadow look using this color, the gold, and I think I used maybe these two colors and maybe a little bit of Bordeaux. But it was such a pretty like wearable but at the same time colorful eye look. I wore that makeup look in my Wet n Wild must-haves. So if you haven't seen that video yet, if you want to see what this looks like on, I'll link that video down below. But I need to use this a little more to really get my thoughts and opinions on it. But I want to say that this palette was really affordable, like $9. I don't know if that's right. It might have been $13, but I felt like for the size of the palette and the eyeshadows, I felt like it was a really good deal. And then like that day that we went shopping, I had posted my must-have L'Oreal makeup products, and I asked you guys what your must-haves were, and a lot of you guys recommended the Pro Matte foundation, and you guys recommended the Rosewood, the Varnish Rosewood Lip Shine, and then you guys recommended the Glossy Fawn, which they had this color at Target. They didn't have this at Ulta, and April was telling me that at certain places they had like exclusive shades. So I don't know if this was like an exclusive shade to Target, but this is like a really pretty, just everyday kind of brown tawny nude, which this type of tawny nude I can deal with, but some of them are just too orangey. So I've used this a couple of times and I do like it. Like I put it on earlier today. I feel like it's kind of wearing off, but I do really enjoy this, and I have not used the Pro Matte by itself yet. I've been using it mixed with the Pro Glow, which is what I did today for my foundation, and I have been loving it like that. I find that this shade in 102 Shell Beige is a little kind of dark, so I don't know if I could get away with using this by itself. I kind of need to mix it with like a lighter foundation to get it to work, but so far so good. And then I saw this new Maybelline Master Prime primer, and actually April saw this before I did, and she was like, ooh, she wanted to try that out. I don't know if she bought it or not, but I was thinking when I saw it that it was just like repackaged, but this is a new highlight because they had the other one that I thought it was. So I haven't used this enough to really decide if this is like a must-have for me, but I do like it. It is moisturizing, and I do feel like it helps your foundation go on a lot easier. So those were all the things that we picked up at Target, and then we decided to go to Walgreens and Walmart. So at Walmart, I was on the hunt to find the Milani eyeshadow palette in Pure Passion, because I had picked up the Soft and Sultry palette. Sorry, my camera completely cut out because I've been filming for too long. I'm gonna have to try to edit this down. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to, so I'm so sorry if you do not like longer videos. Not all of my videos are this long. But if you do like longer videos, you'll love this. But yeah, so I was on the hunt for the Pure Passion palette, and I did find it at Walmart finally, which I did mention this in my other haul video, so I'm not gonna go on about this. I haven't even used it yet, I just swatched it, but it is a really pretty warm tone palette. So I picked that up, and then April recommended these two products to me, the Wet n Wild Perfect Pout Gel Lip Liner in Lay Down the Mauves, and I wouldn't have got this on my own because it looks like it would be like a really dark lip liner. Not to say that I wouldn't want a lip liner this dark, but it just isn't one that I gravitate towards. But she said it was not that dark at all. She said that the packaging is like, the color isn't accurate. So I bought it on her recommendation, and I do really like this. This is definitely the type of lip liner shade that I go for. It's a really pretty mauve, and I really like it. It's very similar to like my lip liner in Addiction by Rimmel. So I'm just gonna swatch them next to each other so you can see. The Rimmel Addiction is just a little more pink toned, where this is more, I guess, like rosy or brown, the Wet n Wild one. So I have been enjoying that. And then she recommended the Neutrogena Moisture Shine Lip Soother, and this is in color 30, which it has a really nice kind of citrus, almost like grapefruit sort of taste to it, like a sweet grapefruit, and it's really shiny on your lips. It smells really good, smells really fruity and summer. And then I wanted to mention this. I didn't get this with April, but I picked this up yesterday at Walmart. I was looking at the Wet n Wild lipsticks, and this is one of their Shine. I don't remember exactly what it's called, the type of lipstick, but this is in the color Secret Muse. And this is a pretty mauve. It's like a pink mauve color. And so yeah, I do like that. I haven't really used it yet, but I think the color is really pretty. And then whenever we went, I feel like I'm getting so out of breath. And then whenever we went to Walgreens, I was like, I'm not gonna buy anything else because I bought so much makeup already. But we saw a display of the Covergirl Queen collection. And I know that that collection is so hard to find. So I took a picture of that and put it on Instagram to show you guys that Some stores do sell it, and while I was there, I picked up another one of the Insider matte liquid lipstick and the Cakewalk, because you guys know that these are like holy grail favorite liquid lipsticks. I love the shades on these. I'm not gonna open them. You guys have seen me talk about these a million times, but these are gonna be backups for when I run out of my other ones. So I'm just gonna put this in my backup drawer. And then the last thing, which I didn't get this at Walgreens or anywhere, April gifted this to me, and I thought this was so sweet of her. It's this Paul and Joe lipstick, and it has cute little kittens on it. Like, isn't this the cutest? And it's just like a little sleeve, and you can change out the lipstick colors, and also too the little Paul and Joe. I don't know if you can see where it's got like the little cat and it has like the Paul and Joe on there, which I never heard of this brand before until she was talking about it, because she talked about this on her channel actually, and she was saying that she was going to give this to a friend, and I watched that video and I was like, I wonder if she's going to give that to me. And she did. But the colors is this really pretty bright red, and I don't even know what the shade of this is if it says on the packaging. It might say on the box because it came in a box. Actually, it doesn't say. One says 110 and one is 108. So I guess the red one is 110. And then the other one is a really pretty bright pink color. Or no, actually this is a darker red. I thought one was, oh no, this is the pink one. So this is more of like a pink red, and then that was just like an orange red. So, and they had cute little flowers on the top, but they get rubbed off like as soon as you swatch them or use them. So she gifted me those, and I just thought that was so sweet of her to think of me. She's always the type of person that is always thinking of other people and getting them gifts, and I felt so bad because I didn't get her anything. So I'll have to get her something next time we hang out. And then the last thing that I got, it wasn't with my haul with her, but it was at the Sephora, that appreciation sale. I wanted to throw that in this video because I didn't really get that much, but I just picked up another one of the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Sprays. I picked up this gift set of the Grande Lash MD and the Grande Brow. And whenever I ordered this, I thought it had 2 of the Grande Lash MDs. So I was like, oh, I can get this and have like backups. And then after I ordered it, I realized one was the brow. And I was talking to the girl that did my microblading on my eyebrows, my friend Kate, and she told me that the Grande Brow has the exact same ingredients as the Grande Lash, and you can use it on your, lash line, or you can use it on your brows. But she said that the concentration of the ingredients that makes your hairs grow is higher in the Grande Brow than in the Grande Lash. So if you guys were curious about that. And then the last thing that I picked up was just the original Urban Decay Naked Palette. Since Urban Decay is gonna discontinue this, I wanted to get a backup because this is one of my all-time favorite palettes. This was my very first high-end palette, and I feel like that this palette was a lot of people's first like high-end makeup palette. So yeah, I just love the Naked Palette, so I picked that up. So that was all of the new makeup that I picked up with April and then at the Sephora appreciation sale. Like I said, if this is the first time that you are watching one of my videos, I hope that you will subscribe and stay a while. I'm so glad that you watched my video today. And if you haven't watched April's video yet, I will link it down below and at the end of this video. So make sure to watch her video and subscribe to her channel if you have not already. And I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope that you all have a great day. Bye-bye.